What's up, everybody? It's David here at Smitty's Garage, coming at y'all on another beautiful day. I can tell it's kind of smoky up in here. I just warmed this old girl up. I'm changing the oil in it. Let's get into this day. So really, I just wanted to change the oil in this. You know, it's got a lot of contaminants in it. So letting that oil drain, and I can tell I'm starting to throw out some old trash right there. My goal for today is I want to clear this out. I want to get my bandsaw over there. Start making some room over here, because eventually I need to fire this old girl up. Probably not today, but that way I can move this. That way this is open. That way maybe this can come in here. Let me clean this stuff up. Not where it needs to stay. Not where it's going to stay. But I want it out of here. Making a little progress over here. I mean, I'm not getting rid of my scrap wires. You can always use that. But I got my deal over there. And that cuts metal as well. So kind of shaping up over here. Found me a new bottle to hook up to my heater. That's much needed. I got some old throwdowns I need to get rid of. Working on this oil change. I'm going to give this a try. I mean, she's smoky, so why not, guys? Right? A lot of trash I've pulled out. Really just trying to clean my shop up today. And try to put stuff up, you know. I've got a lot of tools I got to put up. I mean, this definitely isn't going to be a interesting video, but put a little bit of this in there. A lot of old stuff's like molasses. So I'm going to have to wait a little bit, let that go down. Man. So while I was running the engine, y'all can tell my chain ain't on there. I was telling y'all the other day that old girl's torquey. Look what it did. Daggone, man. It's not a big deal. It's just another master link. But that's a lot of torque right there. Still ain't really went down yet. Let's put some tools up. And of course I made a blooper. I'm doing so much I forgot to put this in. Yay me. I guess it's a good thing though. It's just flushing it out. But okay, take two. I guess we can all take a moment to acknowledge the small victories in life. Thankfully it was the Resolene. So it was pretty thick and not a whole lot come out. Plus, guess what I found on the floor? I mean, on a dirt floor. It just popped up. Victory. Victory, guys. Victory. We got done with the oil change. And I've turned the motor over a couple times. You know, do all that. Guys, I have a bench again. I just don't know what to do with that. That's part of the torque converter. But this is the real kicker, guys. I actually somewhat organized my tools. I mean, got my nut drivers, Phillips screwdrivers, drill bits, taps, whatnot. Well, y'all can tell what this is. Calipers, specialty stuff. Allen wrenches and stuff. Flatheads. Miscellaneous kind of stuff. Stuff of the same nature. Let me come on down to the bottom here. I've got adjustable wrenches and adjustable wrenches. Come on down to the next one. I've got metric and I've got metric. Now some of my tools are up there in my truck because I'm working on it still. Come on down, I got standard and I got standard. Come on down, metric, standard. This is a really cool, this is the Craftsman Max Through set. I've had it about 15 years. I like it. Get over here and I got kind of specialty stuff. You know, your pneumatics, taps, dries, pullers, compression test, fuel injection test. And over here is kind of the Bear Girl, but my ratchets and stuff like that. And then I decided to organize this one. Made this pretty simple, you know, magnets, mirrors, pins, just odd and end things, filters and stuff like that. Some more odd and end things, retractor tools, just odd and end blocks, flares, pullers, C-clamps, battery stuff. My grinder is my air ratchets up front by the house, and some more battery stuff. And then I kind of worked on this one a little bit, just bolts and shit like that. All my grinding wheels together. That's just odd and end hose clamps and stuff like that. This is junk, as y'all can tell. And then I got welding stuff and solder, torch heads, stuff like that. And, you know, that's just junk there. And y'all have seen this box 100 times. I mean, the drawers are really hard to open, but I got nuts and bolts, spark plugs, tire patch, you know, your Wizardry 1000 spark testers, miscellaneous springs, gloves and stuff. This one's kind of hard, but really I just kind of got junk in here, my code reader, stuff like that. And of course this drawer here is real finicky to get out, so I don't want to open it. But really I have I don't remember what's in this one. Nothing's in that one. And then I have what is that stuff? Oh, chains and chain breakers in there. So I mean, that's the 4 boxes that I have over here on my side of the deal. Now Ithwit over here, he's got his own tools over here, and most time I don't need to get up in here, but he's pretty well off, you know. He's just got stuff everywhere. I don't know where his stuff is, so I'm just gonna open drawers and just let you kind of peek. Kind of, you know, y'all get the idea. He needs a, we're working on his stuff. Well, you can see he's still got it stacked up. He's doing good there. I love it when they're like this. Oh man, that's what I need. We got to put this on his truck. We're making a false panel. There's the other part. Awesome. I was wondering what it was. Uh-oh, we're empty. Oh, what's he got over in these drawers? Oh, he's got some wrenches. And some more. I gave him those here a while back. And in this old box here is where I keep my power tools. You know, your electric stuff, your electric saws, your electric drills, jigsaws, grinders, stuff like that. And then I've got my wall here. This is just various tools that really don't have a home, but I want to be able to access them at any given time. So I have a lot of miscellaneous wrenches that are set up into size. You know, my level, tire irons, crowbar, nail puller, hitch wrench. Y'all can see, you know, honing tools, scrapers, compression rings. This is an adjustable square. Just different kind of tools, really, that may need and may not. I just want them accessible. I got a couple pipe wrenches missing. They're up around the house. So I think I need to get me a, hey look, he's coming to visit me. I think I need to go get me a trash bag or two, and let's get rid of this stuff. And while I'm at it, I'll get my lawn tractor down here and put this stuff up with my scrap wood. This is kind of another thing that I acquired. Actually, I won it at auction. I think I gave like 15 bucks for it. But I got it in hopes of running water from my house down here so that I could have a deal to wash my hands in. And then these, I'm wanting to use them for like parts cleaning. You can see I got various different containers and various different chemicals and stuff. And what I do is when I go to really want to wash my parts and stuff, I can set them in here and let them soak, and they're kind of in their own little spot. I would like to eventually find some lids so that the deals themselves could be, but for now that's kind of how we're doing it. I started cleaning up the fabrication bench, what I want to be a fabricating bench. I've moved some parts up underneath it. I don't really have a home for these Volkswagen parts just yet, but being that I'm gaining interest in wanting to potentially work on the sandrail with this width some more, I'm just going to keep these on standstill. But hopes is to plate this bench with metal, and then I'll have the bench grinder. I want a drill press on the end there, or potentially over here, don't know. And then the rest would be a place to fabricate with metal and stuff like that, because we've got our welders up in this cabinet. I just kind of got them, you know, tucked out of the way, but this is what I envisioned when we added on to be a fabricating bench, his working bench, and then my working bench. You know, well, y'all have watched his channel on Ithwit where he's working on this one right now. And then check out the video that he just put out of getting this one. So I've got him linked in my description, Ithwit. So he's kind of got some things going on, a little bit here and there. But this is really, you know, for my stuff. Man, I won these 3/4 inch sockets up there for like 30-40 bucks. I mean, they're huge, so that's kind of cool. But let's get to picking this trash up, and then we'll go from there. Obviously that's where my scrap metal landed. I do got some junk. I got to take it to the scrap yard when the prices come up. But since I got to go up to the house, I might as well bring a load of firewood up. I mean, been using it pretty good, so let's jump on the old lawn tractor and give it a whirl. Honestly, the best thing ever, because before this I was carrying these up by hand, one armful at a time, and just put it on my rack. So that's been a pretty cool thing. Today we put a fuel pressure regulator on here. Yesterday we put a ECM on here. You know, we're still there. Still working on that girl. Well, I reckon now that we traded one pile for another, we can head back to the shop. Got the trash bag. All this kind of stuff's kind of been up on my porch. Need to get rid of it. Get it back down the shop. I was giving this air hose reel. Got air hose on it. I'm going to have to mount it one day. Y'all seasoned people are probably going, wait a minute, David. That is not oak. And you would be correct, guys. That's not oak. That is hackberry. And here's why and how I can burn hackberry. I have a wood stove, so it's enclosed. So if I take my, this wood, I split it, and I set it up on the rack for 6-7 months. It's nice and dried out, and I don't have no problems with it. Plus, this wood is in great abundance here in this part of Texas. People don't want this wood. So when those trees fall, they don't want it. I just go over there, cut it up, bring it home, split it, have firewood. I think in 23 years, I've bought firewood 3 times. So that's a win for me. Kind of how I feel about that. We don't call 911. Let's get down to the shop and clean that stuff up. So that's what was in that box. Nice. I think it'll work just fine right here. Of course, I'm going to wait till I move this, put that in a home, and move my dolly. Which, if I ever remember when I have time, I've got new wheels for it. So we'll just roll this back up, put it in the box, bring it in the shop. We got the trash took out. Got the bench open. Got the oil finished. Got the scrap wood loaded up. Let's change this valve out. Okay, tank, not valve. Y'all caught me. I'm gonna be mad if this ain't got no gas in it. I'm gonna be mad. I definitely know those two are empty. We'll see next time I fire that old thing up. I've got the battery charging for old my deer here for potentially see if we can't fire it up one day. This is going to be on a video on its own though, because this is when I want to officially bring it on here, besides the short that I did. Well guys, I'm actually fairly pleased with everything right now. This will be gone. That'll be hung up. I still got this, I haven't drained the gas out of this, capped it up and put it on my storage bin. Of course, this goes on my wall. We're working on that. Ithwit's working on 2.0 on his channel. But I've got this stuff here, and this is just stuff that we won in a lot at the auction house, because we wanted 1 or 2 things and it was a lot. So we had to acquire all of it just to get the few things we want. So this is stuff that we are both just sorting through a little at a time, and hopefully can get this cleared out so that our floor space is back empty again. Let's go take the scrap wood and go put it where I keep my scrap wood. I keep odd and end pieces of wood, guys. I just do. I own my house and just never know when you may need something. Small piece. These boards here are, well, they're sentimental to me, guys. This is the original bench in my shop. And for y'all that don't know, the original shop stopped at these beams right here. These. It was 13 by 23. And this area is where it all began with Ithwit and me working with him and stuff. But as we kind of grew, we needed more space, so we added on to the shop, put the doors, and moved the big bay doors out. Anyway, let's get this put up. Well, I kind of got that old junk wood kind of piled up there. That's actually scrap inside that old dishwasher. This area, it needs some love. It's a work in progress, guys. Let's be real. Everybody has an area like this. So, as I kind of disclosed in the skirting video on my house, I disclosed that my house was built in 1905 as a church. So, my property was a very hot spot for the community I live in. Hey, there was a young person that commented on a video here the other day about the trains blowing. There they are, guys. Listen, they're blowing. So this right here is actually the original water well for this community that I live in, and this wasn't the original spot. The original spot was about 20 yards over into my yard, so 60 feet. And that's where it was one of those bucket draw kind of wells. But when, you know, the country started entering the mechanical age in the late 20s and stuff like that, and this community got incorporated, they put a electrical wellhead here. So that's where this one comes in. You hear the trains, guys? That was a really big focal point on this community back in the early 1900s. You know, agriculture and stuff like that. So when I bought my property, I also have the water rights to this well. So it was took out of service in the early 80s, mainly because the water was kind of rusty. But at any given time, I can have a well company come out here and do what they do and make this back serviceable. So anyway, that's kind of cool. It is a, what do y'all say? Lane. Here we go. That's an old turbine pump that's on here. But, you know, it's missing everything, guys. It's been, when the community built, its new incorporated water towers in the area, they just decommissioned this and stripped it down to nothing. And of course, the guy that I bought the property from, he had it in working order, but he decommissioned it himself. So there it sits. Pretty cool. So I reckon I'm gonna fire this old girl up, get her back down here toward my firewood rack for the next time I need to use it, and then I'll catch up with y'all over there in the shop. And guys, I almost forgot again. Give me a like on Facebook, a follow. It's Smitty's Garage. Link will be in the description below. You know, I mirror what I put over here on YouTube, and then a lot of things that don't make it to YouTube, I put on there as well. So I realize that not everybody sits to YouTube all day. Not everybody sits on Facebook all day, but, you know, it's just another way that you can keep up with what's going on here in the shop. Crazy odd and end things we might be doing. So give me a like, give me a follow on Facebook at Smitty's Garage, and I would greatly appreciate it. Link will be in the description below. Now back to what's coming next in the video. I was doing some cleaning down at the bottom of the hill of my property, and I found these signs buried into the ground. So I brought them up, and I have started hanging them up. I want to finish hanging those up. Just thought it was cool, and let's be honest, me and Ithwit, come on, that's true right there. I have measured a throttle cable. I used the wire to do it. 70 inches is what I'm going to order. And when it gets in, or actually when I order it, we'll get to installing it. No, I have not worked on these brakes anymore. Been kind of busy at work, you know, and then working on the two trucks. And of course now we got this issue here, but that's not a big issue to me. Real small things. I think overall, I want to go ahead and get these oils put up. I spoke on this kit earlier, but I didn't show y'all. So y'all check this out. You know, this is what I won. I won these over at the auction house. You know, they was having an estate sale, and that 50, they wanted 50 bucks for it at the estate sale. I kind of waited, and I came back a couple weeks later when they was having an auction. I think we won it for like 35 bucks. So it's really big sockets, dude. I mean, no joke. That's 2.5. So 2.5 to 2 1/16. Really big implement things. And then I just went to Harbor Freight, bought me a ratchet. I want to be able to use it if I wanted to. So really cool, you know, really cool. So I got those put up. I'm leaving this kind of right now like it is. Like I said, I need to drain the gas out of this motor, and I need to prep it for storage. I bought this jack at the auction house for 15 bucks. It's really a bust, but I bought it because it was just an older jack and I liked it. Plus the seal kit for it's like 20 bucks. I'm just too lazy to do it. I really want to put this out in my storage and not have it here in my shop, but there's one more thing I want to do to this thing, and that's I want to put a fuel valve on it so that I can shut that valve off and then store it with a dry carburetor. Right now you kill it by choking it, and I noticed the fuel lines right there at the bottom, so I could easily just put a fuel shutoff valve in there and take care of that. I'm really pleased with these over here. Be honest with you, I don't know if this is going to stay an asset in the shop or not. I say that because I do have another heater I want to put out here. It's a Dearborn heater, and I would kind of like it about right in here. Honestly, it'd be best right here in the middle, but this would be okay. But I'm just not convinced that I want to put it out here. I love this heater, but it gets loud sometimes. So if I could heat my shop up with that one, turn it off, turn the Dearborn on, then that would be great. Another thing I want to do is I want to eventually move my compressor to outside and have it boxed in, you know, so that when it comes on, I don't have that noise. But what's kept me from doing that is, honestly, I rarely use my air compressor. I use it for airing tires up and for blowing stuff off. That's it. I use my battery tools the rest of the time. So overall, we still got to find somewhere for all this kind of little stuff and that. But overall, I'm really pleased with today. Today, I wanted to clean the trash up. I wanted to get this set up, clean this area up. And man, I can see my bench. And how about all this organization of the tools, guys? I mean, kind of works for me, you know. I think that's going to be on its own video. This video is getting fairly long. It's a boring video, and I'm more than certain that 98% of y'all are already out of here because it's just not an entertaining video. Really, guys, I mean, it's the fact of life. If you have a shop, if you work in a shop, if you own a shop, if you run a shop, these days like this are a fact of life, you know. Sometimes the ideal scenario is you clean up after every job. And that's ideal. In a perfect world, that's how it is. But sometimes you just get the jamming on this and jamming on that, and things just kind of pile up. And then you get ready to work on something, and you're like, damn, I don't have room to do anything. So this is really the boring side of running a shop, of working in a shop and doing a shop. Is some days you just got to take the day to clean up and organize things so that when you come back out, it's like a fresh start. And it was just a chore day here at Smitty's Garage. That's just all there is about it. And I just wanted to bring y'all along for one. They happen way more than y'all realize it, but I just wanted to bring y'all along for one. So guys, for the 2% of y'all that's still out here watching me rant and ramble and just a lot of shop talk, everybody, even the 98% that's just got out of here. Guys, I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me today. Thank y'all for putting up with me. If this is just another video for y'all and y'all really watch me, thank y'all for watching the crazy things I do out in my shop. Guys, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs down, guys. It's all good. It's all love. Comment. Comment if you can relate to some of the things I spoke on today. I'd like to hear from y'all, What are some things that y'all do in y'all shop that help you stay organized? Or do you not care about organization? I mean, there's pros and cons really to both. I like organization, but sometimes it can be too much. Make sense? All right, guys, give me a thumbs up, please. Give me a thumbs down. That's okay. Hey, I understand. Comment, guys. Share. Subscribe. I'd love to have y'all on board, guys. I mean, you just never know what we're going to do. I kind of gave y'all a hint that I'm getting kind of wanting to start that old girl up, my dear. Hadn't started in over a year. Maybe something to look forward to. Sandrail. Maybe something to look forward to. Throttle cable. Come on, guys. Hey, if you don't, that's fine with me, guys. I'm just happy that y'all watched. From David here at Smidge's Garage, guys. Peace, love. I'm out.